The touchscreen provides a graphical display of the parameters and assignments, allows configuration of the system and management of memories and data. A title bar displays the name and information about the currently selected screen or channel. It also shows a question mark key, and touching this in any screen will take you to the relevant part of the onboard help file to provide contextual sensitive information. Page tabs are provided to select different processing screens or menu pages. If the screen has a return button here, then touch it to return to the top level screen. The left of the lowest status toolbar always displays the active fader strip mix type and number as currently selected using the mix keys. The right of the toolbar displays the name and number of the last scene memory recalled during this session, and the scene currently highlighted in the Scenes page. The highlighted scene is the next that would be recalled when you press the Go key on the right of the faders. The lower toolbar also displays useful information while operating the console. For example, it shows you what parameters are held in the copy buffer while the copy and paste keys are held down. It indicates that an input or output PAFL is active. It displays when the system recognises a USB memory key and displays when a system error has been detected. If you press a strip select key while the screen keys are turned off, then the touchscreen displays the processing view for that channel. This provides additional graphical information for the parameters shown on the surface, for example an EQ or dynamics curve. Some channel and mix parameters are only available via the screen. To select a parameter to adjust, touch its data display box. The box turns orange to show it is selected. The data entry rotary encoder lights orange to show it is available for updating the value. Change the highlighted parameter value by scrolling up or down through its range. A status page is displayed when the screen keys are turned off and no strip is selected. It is the default view when nothing is selected. It displays the current loaded firmware version. A green tick means the system firmware is operating correctly. A red cross warns that an error has been detected and has been logged in the system. The iLive monitors its temperature at several places within the mix rack, surface and power supplies. If it exceeds a maximum threshold, then a red cross displays to warn you. A green tick is also displayed when the mix rack is locked to the selected audio clock source. If a red cross appears, then you may need to check the sync settings. The Port A and Port B boxes display status information for the digital audio network options fitted, for example MADI or Dante. The clock displays the touchscreen CPU real-time clock. The last show memory recalled and the current username are also shown. The lower part of the screen can be used to select one of the 4 custom user meter views or the RTA display. To change the screen functions, press one of the screen keys. The green indicator lights to show which is active. In the meter screen, you can select from several pages of audio meters showing input channels, effect and mix masters. It includes 4 user custom meter views. You can name each view and configure any combination of up to 16 meters per view. The screen also lets you view the RTA display. In the PAFL screen, you can set user preferences for the PAFL Engineer's monitoring system. Choose between additive and auto-cancelling operating mode. Adjust the PFL trim to avoid big level differences between PFL and AFL. Set main mix to monitor level when no PAFL is selected. Choose to link the select and/or mix keys with PAFL keys pressed. Select PFL or AFL operating mode for inputs and outputs. Turn on and select the external input to PAFL source for reverse talkback, and set a delay to time align the monitor and headphones to the acoustic sound you hear from the stage. The routing screen displays the routing and DCA assignments, direct out trim, send levels and preferences for the channel currently selected using the select key. It provides an alternative to adjusting the mix sends. For aux masters, it lets you select the channel send source and choose to have the sends on faders or rotaries. The output screen maps signals to physical sockets and audio network channels. Touch tabs let you select the mix rack, surface, port A and B patch bays. Use the drop-down menu to assign single or a range of sockets from a choice of mixes, direct outs and other sources. The effects screen accesses the effects rack, which provides 8 virtual rack slots for loading your choice of processing from a library of devices including reverbs, delays, modulators and more. A front panel view presents a familiar control interface for parameter data entry. A rear panel view lets you patch the device into the signal path either as a mix to return or insert. The scene screen gives you access to the scene memories for storing and recalling all or selected processing, mix and setup parameters. Scenes can be named, copied and edited. These are typically used for theatre show cues, multiple band music festival recalls, event changes and so on. Console parameters may be added to a scene, or the existing contents updated with the current console settings. The Reorder mode screen allows single or multiple scene moving, copying or removing. Name and Colour enters a setup mode to use the strip select key to choose the input, mix and DCA master colours and enter 5 character names for each. Choose from a swatch of 6 colours plus off for a single or range of channels. The colour is displayed as a backlight on each of the Surface Strip LCDs. You can also store up to 48 custom names in a quick menu for instant recall of commonly used names. In the MixRack setup screen you can view and configure the MixRack architecture. Set up the 32 mix buses from a choice of mono stereo group, aux, main and matrix mix types, M, LR, LCR, LR plus sub and more. Other pages let you configure the digital audio networks, direct out source, talkback source, channel ganging setup, options and preferences, the onboard signal generator and the PL-ANET devices. The Surface setup screen enters a setup mode to use the strip select keys to assign the Surface strips as input channels, mix masters, DCA masters and more, in any combination. You can assign single strips or a range of strips within a fader bank. Other pages let you configure the soft key functions, PL-ANET device functions and Surface preferences. The utility screen provides access to the system setup, configuration and diagnostic functions. You can manage the show and library memories and user profiles here. You can access the USB port for file transfer and archiving, as well as updating the system with the latest firmware available from the Allen & Heath website. This screen also provides access to many additional facilities, including TCP network setup, system event logs and diagnostics, changing user, locking the Surface and powering down the touchscreen before switching the system off.